You know, inspiration pops up out of the craziest places. This old army vet just came up to me, and like, I don't ever carry cash. I literally just had to go in to get cash and clear out all the change in my car. Um, I'm just, I don't want to say I'm sick of seeing homeless vets. I hate seeing vets that the man can barely walk and everything else. Ugh. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, TK, he literally stood by your car and the other Army guy's car because you both got disabled veteran plates. I get it. But, so here's the one thing I can tell you, and it really doesn't matter what branch you served in. You know, whether you were in a war zone or not, and I know, especially for my Army guys, like, they literally will shit on each other depending on whose friends got killed more than the other. But let me be very clear. You know, if you took the time, the effort, and the sacrifice to serve our country, whether it was for you being able to go to school or I don't care what the excuse was, there's no reason why, you know, we can provide health care for these vets, but we can't make sure that they don't get into situations, whether it's financial stuff because, you know, the markets have crashed, you know, their 401ks have become Ks. There's no reason why we should have homeless veterans. We just shouldn't. So it's time for me to have an evolution and take that next step and use the position that I'm in now to maybe try to help out others that maybe not be so fortunate. And I've not always been in a fortunate position. I've talked about this multiple times, and maybe we'll have to have an origin story video, and I'll have to talk a little bit about some of the stuff I did, you know, over the last 15 to 20 years. And I'll talk about, you know, becoming a millionaire, becoming poor, becoming a millionaire again, becoming poor, becoming a millionaire again, and learning how not to lose it the third time and get into that. And I think maybe it'll be beneficial for a lot of people, especially athletes and other people that just don't understand money. You know, you can't tell a kid that came from nothing and just give them millions of dollars and put them in a city like New York and think that they're just going to be okay. Some figure it out. Some are extremely smart and they understand what money is, and most of us didn't. So I think what I'm going to do, and I talked about doing this before, is we're going to start dropping new merch. And instead of me using Teespring, that's what you see on the channel now, I'm going to stop that shit. We're going to shut that down. We're going to open up a regular store, and I'm going to bust my ass this week to get that done. And you guys are going to be able to buy TK's Garage merch. You guys are going to be able to buy, and I'm not going to say what the name is yet, but I'm pending approval for our 501c3, which will allow, and this is why I said it's time for that evolution, which will allow me to take trucks and cars, mostly minivans and things of that nature, and buy them from places like Copart and IAA and rebuild them, get them titled, get them cleaned up, and then donate them to veterans. I think the content will be awesome. I think you guys would love that content. I might be wrong. I could lose my ass. Maybe I'll go poor again. I don't know. But it's time to make a change. I got to do something different. I love doing the Copart walkarounds. I love doing the IAA walkarounds. I love buying these cars from auction. And lately, you guys have seen, we've got some newer ones. The Nissan, the Hyundai. What else did we have? A Mitsubishi piece of crap. The Silverado. I mean, we've had newer cars and interesting cars, the 53 Pontiac, the GTO, you know, the different BMWs, the Green Monster. We've had, you know, the TRX, the Ram Rebel. We've had cars on this channel, the Aspens, you know, my crazy idea to put a Hellcat blower on a 5.7 and the other Aspen. We've done things on this channel that I'm proud of. But you know, it's kind of, we're growing, don't get me twisted. We are growing. I'm very thankful for where we're at. My goal for the end of this year was 65,000 subscribers. We're probably going to be slightly over 90 before the end of the year. That's my guess. So, I can't thank you guys enough for it, but it's time for us to do something different. And I told you I was going to be, you know, stepping away. I needed to get my mind right. I needed to do stuff. And one of the things I've learned about me over the years is I got to stay busy, right? I know you're going to say, son bitch, this guy's always on the move, and that's why. Yes, I have to stay busy. But if I have a purpose, if you give me a mission, if you give me a direction of something I need to do, I will accomplish that mission. I don't know why I am hand knifing y'all right now. Jesus Christ. I know some of my Marines are going to be in there and be like, damn, I remember them shits. But if you give me a mission, you give me a directive, I know how to execute it. And I think doing this maybe for vets will be therapeutic for me and allow me to, you know, address my own demons and maybe help some other vets out. And it just bothered me, man. It's the day before Thanksgiving, and I'm not trying to be like sad or whatever right now. It's the day before Thanksgiving right now, and this Army vet is just literally just standing out here trying to get whatever change or whatever cash, whatever he can get, you know, because the VA has him on some list. He's got no home. I'm sorry. That shit bothers me, man. You know, holidays aren't really big for me. You know, I'm kind of mad. Kind of mad. Because, you know, I used to not care about holidays at all. I didn't give a shit about holidays. And then, you guys know, you know, being around with Mrs. TK, and holidays started to matter, and it just sucks. You know, that's not a part of my life or a chapter in my life anymore, and I'm back to holidays being just another day. You know, just gives me focus. It's going to let me do the things that I need to do, because I'm right on that edge. I'm right on that precipice, and I can see it for what we're doing with the channel now. But I need to have a purpose too. I can't just be successful just to be successful. I've done that. It's boring. I need to be successful, but also have a purpose. And just as fast as you see me drive my car when somebody hits my car and I latch onto somebody like a fucking pit bull and I won't let go, I'm the same way when you give me a task or a directive. I sometimes go through it like a bull in a china shop. Other times I'm surgical with it. I'm surgical with it, but I will get the job done. And I think that's where we're going to go with it. And I know you're going to say, oh, TK, I can't believe you're going to do this. You know, you're doing the same stuff that the Diesel brothers used to do, or some of the other people I've seen on YouTube do, but I am. We're going to do merch sales, and I'm going to do something different. You know, we're going to put, I have to get this information, and I've partnered with the Wounded Warrior Project before, and probably who I partner with on this. But we're going to get lists of active duty vets, guys that need care packages, things of that nature. And you know, when you buy a t-shirt or something from us, I'm gonna put some amount of cash in every single order. And I'm also, now you can keep that cash, or there's also going to be a card that comes with that merch, that t-shirt or whatever, with the information that allows you to be able to email, contact, and or mail an active duty soldier a care package. I think that's a good idea. And to go even further with that is we're going to use those merch sales to buy these vehicles that we're going to refurbish and give to vets, homeless vets. Like, I want to convert some of these vans into livable vans, which I know you're going to say, well, you're not really helping these vets, TK, if you put them in a livable van. You know, they're already vagabonds or whatever you want to call them. Listen, man, some of us, you know, I'm a vagabond, if you want to call it that. I like to travel. You guys see me in a different city all the time. I'm just not living in a van. I'm just in another hotel in another city. And I can't explain it. You know, it kind of, you know what, Stitch B, Brian, this is your fucking fault, man. When I went to that Marine Ball in Houston and got to meet a couple of the Marines that Brian served with and knew, and his name is escaping me now, but he bought this full kitted out Sprinter van, and it was just so cool to see that he was happy just traveling around the country and dealing with his own demons and mountain biking. And if he sees this, and Brian, if you see it, when he does do it, because he's talking about doing a YouTube channel, please give it to me. I want to promote the shit out of his channel. And shout out to BMW Bro. I got to see him that night as well. That was super cool to see the bike, man. I haven't seen an M bike like that. That was dope. But anyways, just seeing that, you know, look, every vet that you see that might live in an RV or a van that's traveling around is not a fucking derelict person, all right? They're doing what they need to do to deal with this up here. And I can tell you right now, it's not easy. It's not. You know, I'm very fortunate. You know, I don't have a lot of the demons that some of these other guys do, but I feel for these men and women that they're not ever the same. Like, they come home, but not really. So I think the least I can do is try to put some stuff together and try to use my platform to make a difference, and that's what I'm gonna do. So be prepared for that. I'm picking this, I haven't had, you know how long it's been? I have this old MacBook now, and I either got to put a hard drive in or I just got to go buy another PC. I'm going to go buy a laptop. I'll buy some shit at Best Buy or something tomorrow probably. But then I'm going to get on there and I'm guessing I'm either going to use Shopify or something else, and I'll create the store, and the merch will be up for sale here probably within a week. And I can't believe it. You know, depending on what happens with the Teddy Roosevelt title-wise after the accident, I said I would never get rid of this car. But maybe I will if we end up doing it that way, through the merch. If we're able to do something where it makes a difference. If I can use this car to jumpstart 2 vans or 3 vans or whatever it is I'm able to get my hands on at auction, and get started on this directive and on this mission, I want to do it. So I've been rambling, and I apologize, and I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm going to edit this and I'm going to drop this probably late the same day. I hope you guys all really have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your families. I hope that if you know somebody that's going through some shit right now or dealing with some shit, if you're able to be present for them, try. Because I can't tell you what that means to people that have nobody. But just try to pay it forward a little bit, because I think that's what I'm going to be doing here for the foreseeable future. And it's time for me to put down some heavy roots, get a warehouse, and get to work. See y'all in the next video.